If you're a fan of The Lord of the Rings and Tolkien's Legendarium, you can create your own Elvish name to be used within that context. Today I'm gonna show you how to do that in 3 different ways: easy, medium, and hard. Now, if you need any help with it, you can write a post in my Elvish community and get help from me and other Elvish learners. It's the first link in the description. So if you don't know, sometimes when people learn a much different language from their native one, they pick a whole new name to be used within that language. Sometimes it's similar to their real one, and sometimes it's much different. And we can do the same thing in Elvish. So method number 1 is basically just picking an existing word, even a proper noun, that you like phonetically and that you like the meaning of. And just those 2 things will reflect your personality and sort of act as your name. So you can go to Parvedelen, the Elvish dictionary, link in the description as well, and search for just any word in Sindarin or Quenya. Or maybe you even know some Elvish words already and have one that you just really like the sound of. Then you can just check the meaning of it and see if it just sits right with you, you know? So for example, there is a beautiful adjective in Quenya, Lilomea. It means full of darkness or just very dark. And yeah, this word can be an adjective, a noun that already exists within the Legendarium. Now, the meaning of very dark may seem very daunting, but I'm sure that some people would relate to it. And the adjective is very beautiful. You know, it sounds nice, it sounds very Elvish. So if you like it, you can just use this strategy, use any word that you can relate to in any way, and use it as your name. It's very easy, and it always works, because you can just choose any word that you like. Now, strategy method number 2 is just picking a word that sounds similar to your name, and also checking if you like the meaning of it, you know, the deeper underlying meaning of the word itself. So again, go to the Elvish dictionary and start typing the first few letters of your name and see what comes up. For example, let's say your name is Peter. You start typing it in and you get the Sindarin noun path. It literally means a word. So for example, if you're a writer and your name is Peter, this would be the perfect short name for you. You know, or if you just really like etymology, or if you like philosophy, you know, all of this can be represented with just the meaning of word. Now this is a little bit more difficult because, you know, there's just a limited number of words that sound like your name or even are slightly similar, and you may not find one that you like the meaning of. So you just have to experiment and maybe make some slight adjustments. And strategy number 3, the most difficult one, but also the most satisfying one, is just creating a whole new word based on the meaning of your real name. So that's how Professor Tolkien basically always created names of characters within the Legendarium. For example, Aragorn means revered king. So the name itself spoils the whole character arc basically of Aragorn. You know, it predicts his future. And yeah, usually names of characters within the Legendarium are made out of 2 words. So for that, check the meaning, you know, the underlying meaning of your real name just on Google. Then come up with 2 words that really represent this meaning and translate them to Elvish. Now there are some rules to this, so let's see an example. Again, let's take the name Peter, and it basically means a rock or a stone, especially in the context of having a strong mind. So in Sindarin there's a word Gond, meaning a stone. And yeah, the first word that you choose should always be a noun, and it can just start with any letter and end with any letter as well. And it can be as long as you like. The second word that would fit the name Peter is mind, right? And a nice word for mind in Sindarin that's not very well attested, but technically it exists, is Ind. So that's also a noun, but you can also choose an adjective, and in Sindarin especially, adjectives basically always come after nouns. And also it's very important that the second word starts with a vowel, because in Sindarin there's something called consonant mutations. So basically consonants can change depending on the linguistic scenario that you put them in at the beginning of words. So if you'd like to learn these rules, you can check out again my Elvish community where I put all of my Elvish courses, but if you don't want to mess with that, you can just choose a word that starts with a vowel. In Quenya it's a little less complicated, but I also recommend it. So then for Peter, Gond plus Ind would just create Gondind, and I think that sounds very nice, you know, very Elvish and has a strong meaning behind it, so you can choose that if you'd like. Now this is very difficult because, you know, it requires some knowledge of Sindarin, but either way it's very satisfying and I recommend giving it a try. So that's basically it. I hope that helps you, and I really recommend creating your own Elvish name. It's very fun. So remember about my full Elvish courses in my Elvish community, and either way I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of the Elvish Month. Na ver!